The FBI finding itself mired in a fierce political battle after publicly announcing just days before the election that they were examining newly discovered emails that could be tied to the Clinton email probe. And then in a major surprise, the Bureau releasing documents involving Bill Clinton's pardon of Mark Rich, a fugitive Democratic donor. Well, this release came from a Freedom of Information Act request. Joe DeGeneva is a former U.S. attorney and former federal prosecutor as well. Joe, thanks for joining us. Perhaps nobody knows D.C. and the legal system better than you. Remind us who Mark Rich was.
Mark Rich was a fugitive financier who was indicted by the Southern District of New York and fled the country before he was indicted and lived in Switzerland. He was pardoned by President Clinton within the last hours of his presidency after Denise Rich, Mark Rich's ex-wife, gave a huge sum of money to the Clinton Library.
Do you believe there are any parallels between that case and the whole investigation that we're going through right now with the Clinton Foundation?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt there's parallels. Right now, inside and outside the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the agents have said to me they consider the director to be a dirty cop. They consider Loretta Lynch to be politically corrupt. They believe she should be disqualified from participating in any of this investigation because she prevented 2 grand juries in both subject matter areas, and they believe that a special prosecutor should be appointed. They say that because no grand jury was used in the original investigation of Hillary Clinton's private server, they did not discover the Wiener laptop. If there had been a grand jury, subpoenas, and search warrants, that laptop would have been discovered 1 year ago, and the result that Comey announced in July would have been different.
And this is what some of your sources are telling you. Let's drill down into that one a little bit more, because 2 parallel investigations, essentially. We only just recently learned about the Clinton Foundation investigation. We all know about the email server investigation, but a lot of folks look at this and say, why not more focus on the Clinton Foundation investigation? Explain what you believe that was all about.
Well, there's no focus on the Clinton Foundation investigation, even though there are some assistant U.S. attorneys in New York and some FBI agents looking at it. Loretta Lynch has refused to permit a grand jury to look into the Clinton Foundation. There is now a deep-seated belief inside the FBI and among the former FBI community that Loretta Lynch is literally physically interfering with the execution of the law, and that she should be disqualified from having anything to do with these cases. This is really such a serious level that the agents are defying their leadership in leaking information to the press.
You know, when it was asked if she would recuse herself, back in July, she answered it this way. Let's listen. I want to get your reaction.
Well, a recusal would mean that I wouldn't even be briefed on what the findings were or what the actions going forward would be. And while I don't have a role in those findings, in coming up with those findings or making those recommendations as to how to go forward, I'll be briefed on it, and I will be accepting their recommendations.
So she still wanted to be briefed. Let me get your reaction on that. How can a sitting attorney general who has deep ties, she had been appointed by Clinton in that New York office in which she previously served before heading down to D.C. to become an attorney general, how can she be unbiased and fair in this investigation?
Well, she can't be, and especially because she met with President Clinton, former President Clinton, on her plane, on the tarmac in Phoenix, privately for 39 minutes, and tried to hide the meeting by having no photographs allowed to be taken of it. This is why the agents are in revolt against the senior leadership of the Department of Justice, as well as against Director Comey. They believe that Comey should have said to the Attorney General back when they first started the private server investigation, Madam Attorney General, we need a grand jury. She refused to do that. They believe that he should have said to her at that point, either you give me a grand jury or I will resign. He didn't do that. They feel that he let them down, and in my opinion, Comey not only let them down, he let down the American people and the rule of law.
All right, Joe DeGeneva, thanks so much for joining us.